Hey everyone, it's Grim and Shafes. It's Chow Cow Co-op.
Yeah, no, guys.
We're back with another video. Today we're actually talking about the game that actually just recently came out. It's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. So it's technically not a brand new game, but it definitely has some nostalgia and some importance to us as well. We know our mass catalog of videos right now are old beat 'em ups, but we're not here only to talk about old games. We touch upon new games and many other topics as well. But this game actually has some pretty brilliant significance for us, not only playing a lot of the games in the series, but how it kind of even shaped us in some ways. But I tend to talk on quite a bit, so I'm going to go throw it to Shapes, and he's going to talk about his initial and first ever impression with Tony Hawk Pro Skater, not necessarily this game, but in generalities.
Yeah, I
Shapes?
mean, just a touch. I did not play Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 originally. It was mostly at my friend's house. We'd go over there, just kind of like play a park or whatever. I remember the warehouse. That was like the biggest one. Going up and down and then the airport was another one.
For sure.
But, I never really got in deep into it. It was Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 that was the game I owned and literally played the ever living shit out of. I mean, milked it,
Right.
milked it, and it was in a time when you're a freshman in high school and you're finding yourself kind of a thing, and it was one of those games that kind of introduced me to the skater life, I guess, if you could say that. The culture, yeah, punk culture, I guess that would be kind of a better generalization, perhaps,
Yeah.
because I wasn't. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I am not a skater.
Yeah.
I'll ride a board well and stuff, but I'm not gonna kick flip or jump off a fucking half pipe. I'll wipe out and bite it. But I know my limitations. My limitations are my legs. But yeah. So anyway, it was one of those games. I picked it up. I was like, I remember the music being kind of cool,
It
and
is a fantastic soundtrack.
yeah, and so I was like, oh, I got Tony Hawk 2 close to release, I believe. It was like a holiday present, and just like I said, I played the crap out of it. And really, for me, it was like about the clothing that you like, character customization. Because I'll be real, I didn't really give a crap to play the pros. A lot of the time, it was just because, I mean, I don't know. I felt like I wanted to be me in this situation, So I always kind of did that with my sports games, but yeah. So anyway, create a player, but on top of it, like I said earlier, like the music, man, holy shit! Let me tell you, that basically like shaped. I would say Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, and then Done On, basically shaped like my fucking late adolescence. I mean, I listened to that music nonstop. I downloaded it, ripped it, whatever you want to say. Napster. You know what?
From the internet, right? We just borrowed it from the
Napster
internet.
and Kazaa.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, I hope the statute of limitations comes in on this. But yeah. So anyway, I downloaded that. Introduced me to bands that I mean, it introduced me to punk bands for sure. But I mean, it was mostly, I would say, rap bands and metal bands that they brought in. That was the ones that kind of introduced me more to different avenues of music. I knew punk, um, and old metal, like 80s metal, but not really necessarily, late 90s, early 2000s.
For me, like Goldfinger, I don't know if you knew them. Like that was my
Yeah.
first foray with Goldfinger. I absolutely love the high tempo of that style type music.
Oh yeah. I mean, Goldfinger. I knew Goldfinger before the game, but I mean, yeah, like, don't want to be a what was it? Salesman? No, I can't remember. Anyway, that was the song I first introduced. What was it? I don't want to be a. That was in Tony Hawk, wasn't it? Too.
Yes, I think so.
Anyway, spokesman. That's what it is.
Got it.
Bam. So yeah. Anyway, but for me, it was. I mean, it introduced. Let me tell you. I used to be a Power Man 5000 fan, and it was because of Tony Hawk 2. And when Worlds Collide, I mean, I had that album. Clayton jumped in my car the other day, and I was playing it.
Nice.
I mean, it's just one of those things that it's good. I mean, it's great music. It was totally our vibe. If you can't tell, kind of influenced our looks.
Yeah.
I mean, we totally got into the skater lifestyle, punk lifestyle. We called them skaters.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just the name back in the day.
For sure.
But yeah. Anyway, I mean, I'll stop it there, I guess, if you want to touch on the music.
Yeah. Like I said, in terms of just intro to Goldfinger, introducing some newer rock, older rock in the later genres or later games, and just hearing a bunch of songs that I never even heard of. And it was really all high pace, high beats per second, and it just
Yeah.
gave you so much energy, almost like a natural high because you're just shredding
Yep.
and skating through the thing and just like, go, gotta go, gotta go. And it was just a brilliant meld of game and sound.
Yeah.
For
Truly.
me, honestly, like there was a lot of for me, like my first foray into Tony Hawk Pro Skaters, like we have a very close mutual friend who had it for the PlayStation. I played that. I remember playing Graffiti, was it?
Yep.
Graffiti. And I think I landed like 1 360, and I thought I was the king of the world, and probably lost like 9-1 and just got obliterated with my face. But I thought it was the coolest thing ever because it was a thing where like in a game, it's a little bit of fantasy. I would never be able to do anything vert or jump or ollie or have any type of that coordination. My coordination is like hockey / ultimate frisbee based. So that was just completely out in left field. But at the time, I played a lot of Dreamcast. I actually was one of the few people in our social circles that had a Dreamcast. So
Sega Dreamcast.
Yeah. So I had Sega Dreamcast and got Pro Skater 2 for that. And it was funny because when I would try to go head to head against my friends, the control scheme, like the buttons were the same, but the controller felt different. So for me, it was so difficult playing that game and playing against my friends on who was the best and king of the hill.
You could say it was the cord that went that way, and then you had the. For you guys that don't know, the Dreamcast literally had a cord that came out towards you, and then it went behind it.
There's a little clip on the underneath side, so it's clip in. But
yeah.
There's many memories with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 and just playing with friends. But even then, after that game, even though in my opinion, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 was probably the best, if not 3. 3's a little more cloudy because 2 was just so poignant because it was the first one I purchased.
Yeah.
The series went on with 3, then 4, Underground 1 and 2, excuse me, and then American Wasteland, I think, Thaw, Thug, and whatever acronyms that they created for
Thaw definitely froze after that.
Yeah. So I mean, it was kind of a fad towards Underground, even though they were pretty good games. So with 3, 4, and all that type of stuff, Shapes, what was like a particular memory that stood out for you?
Yeah. I mean, for me it was unlocking the space level in Tony Hawk 2.
Oh, right.
That shit was amazing, just because it was massive. It literally had everything in it. I think the gravity was lower too, so you could just like soar in the air forever.
I think you're doing like 1080s or something crazy.
Not more than that. But it's yeah, I just remember getting that, and then I think you could customize the soundtrack too at that point.
Right.
And you could just and I just remember just ripping, man. What was it? Cyclone by somebody, I forget now. But
we'll add it to the screen. Cyclone by whatever for specifics.
I'll call you out.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then like I said, Power Man 5000. Obviously, Rage Against the Machine is huge.
Right.
That was right in its prime.
For sure.
Before they broke up.
Yeah. For my favorite memory, it was honestly like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. I know 2 was more monumental in terms of game, in my opinion. But Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, I remember I was in college at the time, and yes, I'm an old man. But I was about to head to dinner at the cafeteria, and my friends were like, "Hey, we're leaving in about 5 minutes," and I was just trying to get like the pro score or something stupid, and I'm just going and going and going, and I see my friends and I'm like, "Hey, I'll be done in about 5 minutes." Like, dude, we went to the cafe. We're done eating. Like, oh damn it, what time is it? It's like, oh, it's like 5 minutes before it closes. So I literally nailed my run, got the high score, and I think I got a couple other things. And I sprinted downstairs, ate dinner, and ran back up to play more Tony Hawk. Because at the time those were just so amazing.
Yeah.
But enough about the old game, and we've already showed the new picture box and all that stuff. Let's talk about the new game, which is completely remastered.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about first impressions. We'll go ahead and let Shaf talk about first impressions.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing that was really cool for me was the intro video. They kept that. They kept it in its originality. They did clip in new stuff for the new skaters that they involved.
Like Riley Hawk.
Yeah, well, I'm too old for that guy, I guess. But give me Bucky Laxey and Classic. Yeah, sorry. And what was the other one? Reynolds. And anyway, but yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm old school. But anyway, Tony Hawk was kind of old at the time when he was making these anyway.
No, sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, oh yeah, sorry. Impressions wise, like the intro started. It has the old VHS tracking on it, or it's kind of fuzzy, and then the music's kind of tinny.
Well, for those who know what a VHS is, who are our viewers?
Yeah, VHS, VHR. If you do not, get the fuck off. What are you watching this for? But yeah, anyway, we it starts, and then all of a sudden it like, I think it explodes or something, and then like the HD comes in, and then it's like full HD sound. The chorus picks up, guerrilla radio. It's great. Gave you all the feels.
Sure. Sure.
And yeah, I mean, the main menu area was a little confusing for me. We did experience some kind of glitches.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we just updated a patch too before we started it, so maybe something with that or whatever. But I'm sure they'll fix it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, everything else was pretty good. Minor annoyances where you just kind of had to restart it, but yeah, it was great. The new interface is something to kind of get used to, but not bad. There's a lot going on. I'm too old for that shit. To quote my favorite Lethal Weapon character. But, no. No.
What? Daniel Lover?
Really? Dave? No. Yeah, Daniel, right? Yeah. I was like, I didn't say that wrong, did I? All right, so anyway. Yeah, so it was good. I kind of jumped in and did a tutorial, and then I literally did the first couple of things, and I was like, all right, fuck this. And started just going around and not doing the tutorial. Pulled off a 20,000 point move, and I was like, all right, I'm ready.
When he had a quick foray of his introduction, I played a little bit of career when I first got the game, and then we jumped into a head-to-head match that I remember doing at least one or two couple times as kids. But go ahead and share what happened in terms of the head-to-head.
Oh, I mean,
I lost.
I said 2,000.
Worst gamer ever.
No, that's fine. We chose way too many points. Yeah. We did 500,000, 500,000. That's ridiculous. Yeah. And I didn't realize what I was doing because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, well, I am pulling off like
20,000.
Yeah, but here's the kicker. I forgot. If you keep on doing the same tricks, they take points away for that.
Oh.
So,
bonus.
Yep. So there's that for you kids out there that don't know that. But yeah, so anyway, started playing it. We chose the school from the second game. Mostly that was because of me. But it was neat. I mean, you're playing in it. It looks exactly the same. Like even the gaps are exactly the same. The collectibles are the same place. Like the bells, I remember going through it with this one part, and I was like, I remember there being a bell around here somewhere. And I looked, and sure shit, there it was, like right on that wall. You just had to wall ride it. Blah. So, yeah. Anyway, Great stuff, man. I mean, another thing was which I remember is I was like, because I'm for Tony Hawk, I'm more of a vert guy. I can't with skate. It's like it's a lot. Like my mind can't flip like that on a controller. Like, okay, wait a minute, I got to do manual, all this other stuff. But anyway, when I'm doing vert, it's like, all right, I'm gonna do a do a kick flip or some kind of flip, and then rotate at the same time, do a grab, and then finish it. You know, that's like my pattern to a T.
Well, it was funny too because he mentioned like there's a pool around here. I need to get to the half points and get some points. I'm like right, okay. And then he found the pool all of a sudden when I looked up over the screen. I do mildly cheat screen cheat. I'm like, dude, where are you? How'd you get that? And we're going head to head, and he literally turns to me and laughs like, yeah, like I'm gonna tell you where I'm at. I'm like, damn it.
Well, that's my hole now.
Yeah, so I mean, it was a lot of fun. You know, it was a little on the longer side just because I think we bit off a little more than we could chew at that point.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it sounds like for your first impressions, it was a crisp, clear game. The soundtrack brought all the feels back. The gameplay was almost the same. Minor glitches and things of that sort, right?
Touch on, yeah, for sure. No. I just wanted to touch on for the music part though too. I want to say they did add a ton of new music too. I mean, there's a lot of new stuff on there. It's massive now. The soundtrack is huge. So I mean, I think I heard like 4 songs from the original while we were playing that I recognized. But yeah, so you know, there's that. I mean, so if you're thinking you're gonna go in there and be like, I don't want to listen to all the same shit, it's you know they added to it.
Yeah.
The control scheme is more, I would say, the later Tony Hawks. We discussed it. I can't remember when. Clinton thinks it was manuals were introduced in the second one. I thought it was the third, but whatever the case, manuals are in there. The control scheme is definitely a little more in depth.
Yep.
I think that was. I mean, that's all I guess I have.
I guess some of my impressions, like with Shakes, you know, feels the music, it gives Kangaroo Roll Radio. It's just like, holy cow, it's a time machine back in time. You know, watching the VHS cut in was great.
Yeah.
In terms of the interface, it's okay. It's a little interesting at times, you know, because back in the day you had like the D-pad or the thumbstick, and you're just choosing a couple menu options and jumping in. Where now you're like, okay, you can completely pick and choose like 15 million different options and stuff.
Yeah.
In terms,
and there's a lot of options now, man.
A lot of boards, a lot of trucks, a lot of wheels, all types of stuff. And
even, the thing that I find, well, I guess what makes it probably so big, and sorry to interrupt, but was, I mean, because they had the old stuff. I mean, I know zero boards are kind of crap, but I was always a big zero board fan, and like, you know, that's in there. I don't even know if they exist anymore. Do they?
I'm not.
I don't know. It's been forever. I mean, obviously I can't walk into a PAX Sun anymore without being laughed out. But you know, it was just one of those things where, I mean, not only do they have the stuff in the original game, but they brought on the new stuff that's current. Sure. So you know, I mean, they had some. What was it? I mean, they have New Era in there, which is weird. Right. I mean, here it is right here, but it was just weird. Like, seeing like. They had Nike and Adidas branding also. That was pretty cool. Oh yeah. I got to wear I have Air Force One, so I got excited. But it's the skateboarding versions. Sure. But yeah, anyway, so you can customize your player. I forgot to mention, which that's back. You know, there's tons of clothes. Right. I mean, obnoxious amount, tons of boards. Thing that's cool is you can change your trucks and wheels. And yeah, I mean, it's just it's a great game so far, man. It's like I said, I haven't done anything too much yet. I just fought against him and did kind of fucked around on the tutorial, but yeah, so far I'm impressed. I mean, I feel like we could comment on this mostly because we really aced the hell out of the originals. Right. So, but yeah, I'm fairly pleased with what I see so far. And of course, I'm going to intersplice my gameplay into this thing. So if you see that character and the obnoxious goatee and mustache, it's because it's yours truly. Right?
Just a couple of minor points to add in terms of just my run through, not only with the music and this stuff, Gameplay very similar. I felt like the rotation was a little off, and
Uh,
this could be I need to increase stats for my particular character, or I just need to get used to it. So that was a little wonky for me. It was really nice seeing like the warehouse with HD graphics, seeing the shadowing, and like we mentioned before, just discussing that there was used to be a cloudy blurriness because of
yeah.
the resolution wasn't as great on the PSX or Dreamcast, and then on top of that, just there was used to be blocky type of
Polygonal.
polygonal type of shaping on characters and things of that sort. So the game looks amazing. It's a lot of fun. My little, I guess, knock on it in terms of the rotation. I probably just need to improve my character and get used to it some more.
I don't know. I mean, my rotation sucked too, but I mean, at the same time, I mean, it's hard to fucking pull off a 900. I mean, it took Tony Hawk, Tony Hawk was the first one to do it, and I think the next guy to do it after him, it took him like what 5 years or something like that.
It was a year and a half, maybe.
Oh, was it? Okay.
We'll have to go deep dive.
I'll throw it up on here.
Right. So, but beyond that, if you as you're watching this video, you'll be seeing, like he said, spliced video of him playing and other gameplay footage. If you like Tony Hawk, we're probably not going to do a playthrough just because it's so expansive, and then on top of that, just like hitting a natural run and getting all the things. If you're interested in something like that, comment below. Let us know what you're interested in seeing in terms of this game or the future videos. We're not so big that we're not going to listen to your comments. We want to see what you guys are interested in, or gals, excuse me, and we want to produce content that's not only for you but for us as well.
Yeah.
Especially for this particular game, we do have a Twitch that we're starting to create with our some of our social medias. That I'll probably hop on, and I'll probably be playing this game, trying to complete it out like me and Matt or Shaf talked about prior. So there's that. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and thank you so much for viewing our videos, and we'll see you in the next one. All right?
Yeah, guys. Take care.